In a time when streets were dark and homes were lit by candles, a child was born. A child no one ever imagined would one day bring light to the entire world. That child's name was Thomas Edison. He was born in 1847 in America. And from a very young age, he was different from other kids, always asking questions, always experimenting, taking things apart and putting them back together. His teachers couldn't deal with him. They thought he was stupid and lazy. So they expelled him from school, telling his mom he was slow and incapable of learning. Well, his first big invention was the stock ticker. Before Edison, many inventors had tried to create an electric light bulb, but none of them could make it last more than a few minutes without burning out. People used candles and oil lamps for light, but they were expensive, time-consuming, and most importantly, dangerous. He invented many other things like the phonograph, the first sound recording device, and improved cameras for motion pictures. Homes and factories were constantly catching fire. But with the light bulb, people could get light as easy as flipping a switch. And it stayed lit for hours, but if you ask me, his greatest invention wasn't any of those things. I think his greatest invention was hope. Hope for those who were told they weren't smart enough, for those who struggled with poverty, and for those who dared to dream of a better world. Imagine how amazing that must have seemed after people had been using candles for centuries. 1. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 2. And tell us in the comments, do you believe failure can create success just like it did for Edison? We can't wait to read your comments. 3. And if you want to hear more amazing stories about incredible inventors, stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching, and that's why Edison dedicated so much time and energy to this project. He wanted to create a reliable, affordable light bulb that could last for hours. After thousands of experiments and 10 years of work, he finally succeeded. On October 14, 1879, Thomas Edison invented the electric light bulb. This machine was able to print and transmit stock prices much faster than anyone else's machine. And soon, he was making enough money to fund his own research lab. Can you imagine how hurtful that must have been for a 5-year-old kid? But his mother refused to give up on him. She was certain he was a genius and just needed someone to understand him. So she decided to teach him herself, and so Edison's journey with science and discovery began. He learned everything there was to know about mechanics and electricity. He built primitive devices and conducted risky experiments. And all the while, people kept telling him he wasn't smart enough. But Edison didn't listen to them. He knew he could achieve anything he set his mind to. As a young man, Edison worked as a newspaper seller on trains. He would spend his free time reading books on science and experimenting with telegraph machines. He even became a telegraph operator. But he didn't like the job because it didn't give him time to pursue his real passion, inventing. So he quit his job and started working on his own inventions full-time. And now you're probably wondering, what did he invent? But everyone knows Edison for one invention in particular, the light bulb. It wasn't just a great invention, it changed the world forever. So you might be thinking that inventing the light bulb was enough for one lifetime. And you'd be right, but that wasn't enough for Edison. In total, Edison registered over 1,000 patents under his name. That's why he's one of the most prolific inventors of all time. Thomas Edison showed the world that if you believe in yourself and keep trying, nothing is impossible.